Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more 9-Rip continuing Sano's route, and we were, I think, just running to try to find him at the park because Sayaka sent us that website where they saw his ghost, and we were like, no, but like, he was gonna cross over and shit, and now we're like, maybe he didn't. Anyway, as I ran through the night, the calm part of my brain began asking questions. It's a rumor. There's no way it's true. And even if it were true, what could I do about it now? I can't see him. I can't talk to him. Yeah, you can. You just can't talk. He can't talk back to you. You can't converse with him. And yet, when I thought he might still be there, I couldn't stand still. Unable to sort out my emotions, I stopped when I reached the park. Before I could even catch my breath, I yelled, "Sana, are you there?" My voice echoed through the darkness, and I was absorbed in the starry night sky. Sana, I knew there'd be no response. Yet I waited patiently for his reply. I hope we get, like, his perspective as you're talking to him, and he's, like, there. I looked around, and as expected, saw no one. I don't think he's crossed over, but, like, he hasn't. I believe the rumor, but I believe the rumors, but at the same time, he told us he was going to cross over, so would saying, I believe he's crossed over, be like, we have faith in him? I have faith that he crossed over. You know what I mean? I don't think he did, though, because, like, what kind of a fucking Otome game would this be? Unless, I lived through my life and then I died of old age and I had a great life and, now I found him in the afterlife. I guess, sure. Okay, but, like, otherwise, like, what kind of fucking romance game is this that, like, we just fell in love with him and now the rest of his route is just gonna be, like, he's gone and we're like, what the fuck? What's the point of this route? You know what I mean? Why do they always do this? I mean, I guess... Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's crossed over, but I feel like I believe he's crossed over is like, I believe in him, and that's gonna get him more affection points than the truth, which is, you motherfucker, you lie, you didn't cross over at all. You know what I mean? Let's just be like, yeah, okay, I believe he's crossed over. Okay. Plus, also, we've only ever made a save file for the voice completion parts of, like, the conversations that we have. So, we don't even have save files for Bad End. So there's, like, and we're, again, only in Chapter 7. So there's no fucking way we have, like, 2 more chapters. So, like, I'm just very confused on how they're doing this route. Like, are you gonna bore me, game? Did you get me hooked when I started this game to bring me to Sana and then be like, let's be bored because his whole route is gonna be not him around? That sucks. What am I doing? Anyway, I took a deep breath of the cold night air in and finally caught my breath. I'm not gonna let some silly anonymous message board fool me. Sana wouldn't lie to me. I believe him. He's crossed over. No, he hasn't, but... Sana, you've crossed over, right? I'm choosing to believe you. Then, as my mumbled words were carried by the wind... Nope, there he is. I thought I saw something in the darkness shimmer, and my eyes darted toward the object. That was a shadow. Sana? I thought I'd felt the slightest presence of something there, but only darkness surrounded me. Maybe, like, he was telling you that he's not ready to let go, even though maybe he's, like, accepted his death and, like, well, I'm never going to be an idol. It's but now I love you and I don't want to leave you behind. Staring into the shadows, I began to feel uneasy. I have to believe. I kept saying those words to myself over and over, but my anxiety wouldn't leave me. What would I do if Sana ended up as a wraith? Yeah, no, he ain't crossed over. 'Cause again, that would be fucking pointless. The next day, I couldn't sleep at all last night. Had Sana crossed over? Had he become a wraith? Once I started thinking about those things, I just couldn't stop. With racing thoughts in my mind, I couldn't sleep. Groggily, I got up and began getting ready for school. When the lunch break started, I walked into the cafeteria with Sayaka. And they actually have a group that does, get this, paranormal research. Hey, are you listening? Hello? Yeah, what happened? Sayaka stared blankly at me. I couldn't remember what she was talking about, and her annoyed stare left me uncomfortable. Sayaka? You're thinking about Sana, aren't you? How did you know? Because yesterday I made the mistake of calling you and telling you about some stupid rumor. Ugh, I know. It's just a rumor. It has to be. I knew if I made too much of it, it would only hurt Sayaka's feelings, too. With that in mind, I tried to put a smile to make things right. Put on a smile to make things right. Did I read that right? I don't know. I know when you're faking it. You really think I don't know you better than that? Of course there was no fooling my best friend. She saw right through me. If I could say just one thing, there might be a way to learn Sina's whereabouts. How? I quickly jumped forward, leaving Sayaka to look surprised and then smile. I don't want you to get your hopes up. It never worked for me. A spirit board? Oh, yeah, I done that. Don't worry. Got it. As she spoke, Sayaka began rummaging through her bag below the table. Yep. What she took out from her bag was something I'd seen before. Wait, Sayaka, are you talking about using the spirit board? I just think it's kind of adorable that in this sense the spirit board is literally just a piece of paper and a coin. Did you ever think, we had a Ouija board growing up, which is just odd. How we ended up with one, I don't know. But obviously you can get Ouija boards and stuff like that, but I just never would have thought, even as a kid, playing with the Ouija board with my friends, you know what I mean? That, you would be like, oh, let's just write everything down on a piece of paper and use a coin. You know what I mean? Just feel like you have to have regular mystical tools for these things, even if it's made by Parker Brothers or whatever. You know what I mean? It's mass-produced piece of... Actually, ours, I think, was... legit. No, it wasn't legit wood, but it was very thick card. It wasn't the typical cardboard that the thick cardstock cardboard. You know what I mean? That board games are made out of. It was actually a lot super thick and nice. It was made out of because it was super fucking old. I'm pretty sure ours was from the 70s or some shit. But and you get super fancy ones, but it's still, even though it's Milton Bradley or Parker Brothers or whatever board game company, you're yeah, I don't think that that's any better than just writing shit down on a piece of paper and doing it. But yet at the same time, you're I don't think a piece of paper is a legitimate tool for contacting dead. That's so judgy and stupid. I mean, some mystical, shaman somewhere didn't, craft this board with the guidance of the spirits. Somebody, a game company manufactured it, mass-produced it in a factory. How is that any better than a piece of paper? But you know what I mean? You're it's just a piece of paper, though. Mine was just a piece of cardboard. Whatever. It's the funniest, most random thought. You know what I mean? You can't tell fortunes with, a regular deck of playing cards. You have to have tarot cards that are also mass-produced, by the way. But it's you know what I mean? Yeah, you can, I guess. Anyway. Oh. Maybe my reaction was a little too harsh, but Sayaka merely blinked back, surprised. Yeah, but... Wait, did you do a spirit board session without telling me? I told Sayaka most of the things that happened to me when I was a ghost, but I left out the bit about the spirit board. Actually, once, when I was a ghost. To say that she was captivated by my words would be an understatement. For the time being, I asked Sayaka if I could borrow her spirit board tools to try it out. Sayaka had cram school that day and looked very disappointed she wouldn't be able to join me. I found your honk button, huh? You sitting there underneath me and I just barely tapped you with my thumb and he went, eh. Well, it's hard holding my thumb up like this. Then, after school, the evening sun stained the classroom. We're going to do it at school? I took a seat at my desk and unfolded the spirit board equipment. Carter's coming back what the fuck? Here we go. Oh, spirit of the board, please come forth. I chanted slowly as though I was making a wish or a prayer. Then, the coin I was holding began to shake. Then it slowly slid over to a single word on the tip of the paper. Yes. Before I could even ask my question, the coin began to move around the board. Hold on. I gotta write down. You again? You again. I couldn't see him, but based on that response, it has to be the same spirit as before. He's like, I'm busy. There's a bazillion people asking me questions. I breathed a sigh of relief that he's local to this area. So if you're using a spirit board in this area, you'll get him. You know, if you're like 2 towns over, you got somebody else, probably. It's like your deputy sheriff or something. He's the spirit board of this city. I breathed a sigh of relief, then... Out with it. It was easy to picture his annoyed face staring down at me, and so I quickly asked my question. The rumors about the ghost in Beachfront Park, the boy gazing at the stars, I want to know more about him. Has he not crossed over yet? Does he still roam this earth? The coin began moving slowly before stopping at... Yes. Confronted by his honest answer, I felt a sharp pain in my heart. The 10-yen coin began to shake as if pushing me to ask the next question. Please tell me one more thing. Has he become a wraith? The coin paused for a moment and then glided over toward the answer. No. And he's not close to becoming one, right? Thank goodness. Perhaps because I was so worried about him, I accidentally let out a loud sigh. But if he hasn't crossed over yet, that means there's still a chance he'll become a wraith. I knew I had to do something. For now, I wanted to meet Sena. Wait, will he still remember me? He only had his memory for 2 days. As I thought these things, the coin began to shake furiously again. He's just annoyed. He's like, oh God, I got shit to do. Sorry. There's something else I want to know. Does he still remember me? I was so nervous my fingers shook, but I made every effort to ensure I didn't let go. It would be so funny. He's like, how the fuck would I know? Then the coin began to move again. Well, he is all-knowing, though. He should. If you're a spirit in the spirit board, if you're literally a Ouija board, you should fucking know the answers. Yes. The moment I saw the results, a wave of relief washed over me. Thank goodness he remembers me. I felt a warm sensation spread through my chest. Either way, if he hasn't crossed over yet, I have to meet him. I have to find some way to help him. But I still didn't know how to meet him. That's right. I can ask how I can meet him. Sorry, I promise this is my last question. Can you tell me how to meet him? I stared intently down at the coin, but for a very long time, the coin remained perfectly still. Does that mean there's no way? I don't care if I can't see him. I just want to talk to him. Just then, the coin began to move. Oh, ask friend. Friend? My friend? Is he talking about Sayaka? You should be like, Sayaka or Koyo? As I tilted my head in confusion, the coin began to move again. It's going to be Koyo. His friend. His? Is he talking about a friend of Sena's? Do you not remember Koyo? Girl, don't be making fun of Sena then. Then it struck me. Koyo! I'd completely forgotten about Mary Mary. You know what? We cannot, she does not, okay, listen. I can make fun of Sena forgetting shit, because I didn't forget about Koyo, for God's sakes. She forgot about Koyo. She didn't have the right to make fun of Sena forgetting shit. Or judging him for it. Koyo had the ability to connect the living and the dead. After thanking and saying goodbye to the spirit board, I headed straight to the park. Although, I was like, how the fuck are we going to talk to Koyo? No, we go find Sena, and they were like, listen, go to Koyo, tell him to call me. I need to talk to you. And then you wait, and then they show up and find you in your room, and then they call. You know what I mean? Yeah. I wanted to find a way to reach Koyo, even though I knew he might not be there. Still, I knew if I kept calling, there's a chance he'd hear me. You keep going, Koyo! Like, you're kind of people like, did you lose your dog? No, my ghost. You're like, yes, my dog. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I walked around the park whispering Koyo's name. That's even weirder. Koyo. Hey, Koyo, are you here? Psst. Like, Koyo. Hey, that girl over there. Why is she mumbling to herself like that? Pretty creepy. She might hear you and stop staring like that. I know, but still. It must look pretty weird right now. I can't really do this with so many people around. I should have come at night. Fighting my embarrassment, I continued to desperately call out Koyo's name, but my phone remained silent. Then, later that evening, I was completely unable to relax. Even as I watched TV with my sister, my thoughts continued to drift to Koyo's whereabouts. I wonder if he's watching the stars with Sena. Looking at the clock, I saw it was past 8 p.m. Hey, sis, I'm gonna go buy some dessert at the convenience store. Want anything? As I stood up, my sister grinned. I already got something sweet. There's cake in the fridge. Oh, why today of all days? What? Don't like cake? No, that sounds great. Thanks. I'd be happy any other day. Trying not to seem suspicious, I reluctantly headed to the fridge. Hey, what's eating you? I stopped and turned to my sister. As she stared back at me, I could see her eyes were filled with concern. If it's about your career path, I think Mom's starting to understand. You really shouldn't worry so much. And about the cafe part-time job, I'll talk to Mom about that too. Sis, it's not about my career path survey. I didn't know what to say. I felt guilty for making her worry about me. There's someone I want to help, but it's not going very well. With that, the worry in my sister's eyes disappeared, and she looked at me with surprise. Wait, is this about a guy? Huh? Well, why would you think that? Just a hunch. Man, she's good. So, what's going on with him? Whoa, given that reaction, I guess whatever it is, it's serious. So the whole convenience store thing was just a cover to meet him. I get it. No wonder you weren't excited about the cake. She seemed to see right through me, despite not having all the facts. If she figured out he was a ghost, now that would have been really surprising. Young love. Listen, I want to support you, but what kind of a guy asks you out at this hour? It's not like that. I just wanted to check on him on my own. I might have said too much. To check on him? What do you mean? I thought you were meeting him. Well, this guy, he's a bit frail, so I have to go see him. As I awkwardly tried to explain things to her, my sister's expression shifted rapidly. Be like, listen! When I was in a coma, I was actually a ghost floating around. I fell in love with another ghost, and I want to make sure he crosses over, all right? Don't judge me! I mean, you sound like a crazy person, but like, whatever. Wait, is he in the hospital? Oh, I get it. You guys met in the hospital. Huh? Oh, yes? Yeah, well, I was in the hospital. Actually, I mean, she's like, yes? Yeah, well, I was in the hospital, because actually, yeah. I did meet him while I was in the hospital. He happens to be dead, but like, whatever. Not really lying. I guess that's not entirely wrong. I see. I had no idea. But you can't visit him at this hour, can you? Unless... Don't tell me he's seriously ill. Is this your last chance? Sis? Such tragic love, such pain, such sorrow. The bittersweet taste of youth's love quashed by the pale hand of death. She ain't wrong, though, to be this dramatic about it. She's been binging those TV dramas again. Yeah, but you know what? She's on her side. Right, got it. You should go. Go! Huh? Are you sure it's okay? Of course, I'll support your love with all my heart and soul. But I mean, her whole love is quashed by death's cold embrace. I mean, fair, it's not untrue. Thanks. I'll be back in a bit. Maybe about an hour. Yeah, good luck. I felt a bit guilty, but at least now I was able to get out of the house. Koyo, I hope you're still there. Then as I headed toward the door... Spacey! If the time of parting comes, be prepared for it. She's really made up her own thing here, but somehow it fits. Your love will reach him, but you must not forget, you gotta respect his wishes too. Respect his wishes? Thanks, sis. Well, I'm off. He wants you to be happy in life. I don't want to be happy in life. I want to be happy in death with my ghost boyfriend. What the fuck? After saying goodbye to my sister, I headed to the park, her words still echoing in my mind. Respect his wishes. All I want is to send you off with a smile. If my feelings for you were to grow anymore, I'm sure I couldn't let you go. I can be quite possessive, you see, so that's why it has to be now. And that's okay. I need you to haunt me and just make sure no other man gets near me. My ghost lover. You know, as long as though we can find some way we'll go and pray at the shrine that we can see our ghost lover and at least talk to him, even if we can't touch him like Kureha. You know what I mean? Even if he gets screwed like that, that's fine. It's the not being able to see him or talk to him or have any and it's just like not knowing he's really there and he could have crossed over and we have no fucking idea. Like that one Hibiki ending where you're like, I only saw him a year later. Like when I graduated and he's like, I'll be following you. And you're like, okay, sure, I guess, maybe. Who fucking knows? For realsies. You know what I mean? That sucks. I don't like that. That was not nice. Well, what I'm doing right now, it might be going against Seina's wishes. But he also hasn't crossed over yet. Is it wrong for me to try and reach out to him? No. We need to talk. Koyo, are you there? Even if it was wrong, I'd come too far to back down now and fuck, I forgot my phone at home! Please, Koyo, please let me talk to Seina. I don't want him to turn into a wraith. I'm just gonna keep coming until you connect me with him. Actually, no, I won't leave. Please, please just let me talk to him. Let me know if he's alright. Yep. Staring down my phone, my heart leapt at the glitching display. The ringtone of the phone ceased and a familiar voice came from the phone. You idiot. Koyo's voice. Man, you're so forceful. I can't tell if you're smart or just stubborn. I'm forceful, so are you. And you called me an idiot. I kind of like you a little more now. I know it's not your route, but like, I'm okay with this. Koyo, is that really you? Yeah, it's me. Long time no see, Spacey. His voice was filled with nostalgia, stirring emotions deep within me. Aw, I miss our boyfriends. Yeah, long time no see. After I spoke, I heard an exasperated voice reply back to me. You really are insensitive. Huh? You know, you didn't even say goodbye to me. I'm sorry. It all just happened so fast and... I'm just joking. Don't apologize so seriously and make it all weird. Oh, well, I'm just glad you're back safe. Thank you so much for taking such good care of me then. After letting out a small sigh, I turned to the real reason I was calling. Is Seina with you right now? Do you think I could speak to him? Yeah, he's here. I'll bring him over. Give me a second. Cleo seemed to have anticipated this question and answered dismissively. Will you just hurry up and come over here? I told you already, she can't see you. Sorry. You lied to me. As soon as the words left my lips, I could almost see him wincing back. Even though I couldn't see him, it was clear from the tone of his voice that he genuinely felt bad. You lied to me. You told me not to worry because you'd be crossing over. Well, that's not entirely false. I'm sure I will be crossing over soon. Yes, I can feel it now. I'm fading away. Do you know there have been a ton of posts about seeing your spirit on paranormal message boards? Also, your acting is not that convincing anymore. I've seen through it. If you really are fading away, why are there more and more sightings of you? Well, tell me the truth, Seina. You aren't going to be crossing over anytime soon, are you? If you would have told me, I could have stuck around to help you. I told you before! You can't do that, Spacey! Why? My answer then is the same as it is now. I can't have you ruining your life on my account. That's so sweet, but I want to ruin my life on your account. Just let me ruin my life, damn it! What a nice man, though. Being like, don't ruin your life on my account. You're like, you know what? Most men are not like that in media. It's like, no, I'm gonna ruin your life. I'm gonna let you ruin your life, and then I'm gonna ruin it harder because they're dicks. And we kind of like that trash sometimes. Don't get me wrong, but like, this is a nice change of pace. But at the same time, you don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna go ruin my life right now by jumping off a cliff. Well, that'll end up in hell. That would suck. How do we do this? Sayaka, I'm gonna need you to push me. We've gotta go our separate ways. So, goodbye. Wait! Despite my efforts to stop him, the sound of him hanging up the phone echoed in my ears. I had a feeling this might happen. Yet being rejected by him directly impacted me far more than I would have thought it would. And his voice was colder than I remembered. Trying not to show the tears welling in my eyes, I crouched down on the spot. I wonder if Seina's still here. No, he's probably gone. Despite trying not to let it bother me, our second parting was far more painful than the first. I want to see his perspective of him watching us. Come on, come on. Yes! I was like, we know we didn't cross over! At least let me see my ghost boyfriend! I kneeled down next to her. She looked devastated. Seeing her back trembling slightly, I began to understand. Is she crying? I found myself overwhelmed by her feelings for me. I wanted to wipe away her tears. I wanted to hold her. But there was nothing I could do. Well, at least there was no video. What do you mean by that? You look absolutely terrible. You can't let her see you like that. Maybe he was right. I thought the two of us had managed to have a rather clean break. But hearing her voice like that, I feel as though my resolve is weakening. Hey, Koyo, if I were to cross over and be reincarnated, do you think I'd be able to meet her again? Yeah, but I'd be like 17 years older than you and that'd be fucking weird. Little less weird. Listen. We have games where we're an 18-year-old girl dating a 40-year-old man. But when are we ever a 40-year-old woman dating an 18-year-old man? Never. We never get to be an old bitch. We gotta be like a 16, 17-year-old girl. Maybe we're like 21 or 22. And sometimes we date daddies and old men. Okay, but where the fuck is the game for old bitches dating young hot studs and being inappropriate in that level? I'm just saying. I'm just fucking saying. Also, don't draw me like I'm dead. With like bags and wrinkles. Like, you know what I mean? Come on. But I think that, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I still wouldn't love that as an ending. I would love it and hate it at the same time. Because I'm attached to Seina the way he is and us the way we are. I'm like, whatever, yes, we're gonna grow old together in a normal Otome game where we're not dating a dead man, okay? But like, so I'd be like, no, I want me to be happy with Seina, not old me being happy with Seina reincarnated into some young hot stud. You know what I mean? They'd still draw him looking basically the same because otherwise it'd be like a whole different character and they want you to think of him as the same character. But at the same time, I also wouldn't hate the ending because it'd be like, wait. So you gave me an ending where he's like 20 and I'm like pushing 40? And like, I meet him and I'm like, wait, you're Seina and you're reincarnated and he remembers who he is when we meet and then I get to be an old bitch dating some young dude? And like, I don't know. I'd be like, you know what, I'll take it. I'm just saying, because that would come out of fucking nowhere. And I don't think the game has the balls to do it. I don't think any fucking Otome writer has the fucking balls to ever make a main character who's over the age of like 20 fucking 5 dating men that are like barely 20. Have we ever had an Otome game where the character is over 25? Actually, to be fair, I think we have like 24, but I don't think we've ever had one that's like 25, 26. We definitely have never had one that's over the age of 30. Unless it's like an indie game, but most of them even aren't like that either. Like, have we ever played? Is there even an Otome game out there anywhere that is like the main character is 35? There has got to be. But I'm just saying, if it gives me that ending, like this would have to be the best motherfucking game ever written, because they gave you an ending where you're an old bitch and you find your reincarnated dead boyfriend and he's like 18 again. And you're like, nice. This is so wrong, but I'm okay with it. Look, if they're gonna do age gaps, right, which they do a lot, do the reverse. All they ever do is I'm like 16 and he's 15. He's a year younger than me or something. Or he might be 16 and 17 and you might be 18. You're like a year, maybe two older than him. That's it. That is it. It is never. Well, also because we're playing 17-year-old girls, so being too much younger than 2 years would be really fucking disgusting and gross. Like, no, stop it. No, there is a line. There is a line, and even 15 is kind of gross when we're 17. I don't know. But then, that's a personal problem for me. But, like, we are never, like, 25 and dating an 18-year-old. But if we're a 17-year-old girl, we'll date 30-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? So give me that ending. Actually, I'm here for this. I am here for this. I almost want that more than we both get reincarnated in an ending. That'd be fucking amazing. I still want us to be happy with him together in death somewhere, but like, whatever. Anyway. Well, I guess we'd be about 20 years apart in age. I wonder how she feels about dating younger guys. I am here for it! Game, don't set me up! This is like games setting me up with the character. And being like, hey, here's your character. They're your brother. And then not ponying up and letting me fuck my brother and giving me a complex and, really opening doors to kinks that are just completely inappropriate. Okay? Like, this is, or being like, oh, it's your brother. Well, not really, though. You just were raised together. Or this is stepbrother or whatever. And you're like, no, that's not. You're telling me this character's my brother. And then you're like, but not really. Not really at all. You were switched at birth, or not really your brother, or you can't actually date them because they are your brother. And you're like, what the fuck? That's what this is doing, isn't it? It's like setting me up for this, whoa, I'm going to be like 40 and you're going to be like 20, and we're going to meet up in the future, and I'm going to be that bitch. Yes! Do it! Do it, game! If you're going to do age gaps, do it right. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, though, but if you're going to have age gaps, like, you got to do the reverse. I'm sorry. Equal opportunity age gap, all right? I don't think I could date someone who was 20. Be like, they'd be younger than some of my nieces and nephews, to be fair. And I'd be like, and they're already like, you're cute and little and you're like a baby. Like, you literally look like toddlers. But, like, but for a game, fuck yeah, I'll deal with it. I'm okay with it then. I mean, I'm also okay with all of our love interests in games that we play are like 16, 17, 18, 25. All way too young for me in reality. But that's what the fucking mental man harem is for. I age them up and I age myself down and we're all good, okay? But I want the game to pony up. Don't set me up and then not hand it to me. Because you're setting me up to be disappointed and I don't like that. Oh god, I need this ending so bad. It's not going to give it to me, is it? Ugh. Those of you who know, by the time you see this part, I'll probably have finished. Actually, yes, by the time you see this, I'll have finished Zaina's route. Because to be fair, none of this game is posted yet. None of it. The first part of 9-Rip has not gone up yet. And we are, like, what are we at this part, like 28 now? Recorded almost 30 hours, and none of it's gone up. Like, so... yeah, so by the time you see this part, I will have finished Seina's route. I might have finished Koyo's route at that point, who knows? So yeah, we'll be good. So I'm curious, but still don't spoil it for anyone else. But I know someone's gonna be like, wait. Am I gonna be disappointed, guys? We'll find out. You will find out. I'll find out before you see this part, but anyway. Oh. Quit talking stupid. I just focus on crossing over for now. If I could, I would have done so long ago. Even after facing my own death, my lingering regrets were far too great to let me cross over. Besides, it looks like I've added one more thing to regret. I thought I'd worked it all out. The idol Sana was dead. I knew my voice couldn't reach people anymore. I'd given up on that. But how should I put it? I'm scared to think I'll be totally gone, you know? If only she and I could have had the chance to live together. It would have been easier just to forget again. But I also didn't want to forget. Unable to sort out these conflicting feelings, I stayed close to Spacey, looked up at the stars above, and closed my eyes. He's gonna make a wish. But that's the thing, too. Like, you'd want him to be like, listen, if I cross over, I want to be able to remember when I meet her again. I want to remember who she is. Perhaps it was due to the lack of sleep or from crying so much. But I woke up the next morning with a feeling of heavy burden and despair. I went to school as I normally did, but I didn't listen to a single word. I was so distracted. Literally me today at work. I told Sayaka about what happened during lunch, and seeing my state, her face grew somber, too. I spent the entire day in a kind of daze. It's a Friday. I have an appointment later, so I really have, like, just a partial day, and I'm like, I don't care. So I've literally done nothing. To be fair, all my work for the next 2 weeks is pretty much done. For the most part. It's fairly easy, so I'm like, and I have Monday off, so it's like, I gave even less of a fuck today. As I left the classroom and headed for home, I noticed the mirror at the landing of the staircase. This was the last place we went on the day of our date. Little did I know it would be the first and last of our dates. Memories flooding back, I approached the mirror. My reflection looked terrible. Though technically alive, my face was lifeless, like that of a ghost. I should have believed what Hibiki said to me that day. But even if I did believe him, would that have changed anything? I gently touched the mirror. You'd be like, thanks, Hibiki. Sana, I can't stop worrying about you. I'm worried you'll turn into a wraith. Suddenly, I felt an icy coldness creep up my hand as I touched the mirror. Oh, it's Hibiki. I should head home now. We're like got our hand on the mirror, and you know Hibiki's like touching your hand, like, don't worry, I'll keep in touch. Like, aw, that's kind of sweet. Not wanting to head straight home, I wandered the streets, hoping the change of scenery would improve my mood. What you doing? I put my hand in my pocket, and you're like, excuse me, can I have patties? Do you want patty? You want snuggies? Okay, I just moved my hand. Come here. Come here. You want snugs? Is that what you want? I put my hand in my pocket, and you came to get it. Now I got my hand down here. That's what I thought. You guys snugs it? Don't worry. I can't put it up there. It'll be uncomfortable. I want to sit comfortable. Okay, then you could pet yourself on my hand. All right. But wherever I went, memories of Sana flooded my mind, leading only to heavier and heavier sighs escaping my lips. Sana has Koyo with him. He'll be fine even without me. So, right now, I can only pray. I approached the offering box. I threw in a coin and rang the bell. Before praying, I clapped my hands. I'd be like, I hope Sana crosses over, and when he does, he's reborn into a really, really, really hot dude that then I can meet and fall in love with. I'll wait. We wouldn't read 20 years apart, because I'm not really 20. If he crosses over and is reborn, it'd be like 17, 18 years apart, but whatever. Oh, God who spirited me away. Just like you saved me, please save Sana. As I prayed from the bottom of my heart. Is it the old priest? You're possessed! Turning to face the voice, I saw the priest who was at the scene of my accident. What did you just say? I said you are possessed.
From what I can see, there seems to be a spirit-like presence around you.
A spirit?
What kind of spirit is it? Tell me, man!
No, but anyway, she did say, what kind of spirit is it?
Huh?
I mean, what kind of spirit? Is it a handsome-looking young man?
That is an odd question to ask!
It's absolutely valid from her perspective, but it's gotta seem so fucking odd from this man's perspective.
Calm down, will you?
Sorry. After taking a few deep breaths to calm myself, I began talking to the priest again. About this spirit.
I can't see it clearly. It's rather vague. Light. Transparent, if you will. But fear not, it's not something evil. More like a warm light protecting you.
A warm light? I couldn't help but think of Sena. You know, it'd be funny, it's the god who shoved you in front of a car, and they're like, rude! Now you're thinking of Sena, and it's been me! It's like, you also pushed me in front of a car, so, like, warm light protecting me doesn't describe you, bastard. Does that mean he's worried about me, too?
Does this spirit mean something to you?
I nodded slightly, then mumbled softly. He's very important to me. I want to help him. He's stuck wandering this earth. Our worlds may be separated, but there must be something I can do to help him. The priest patted my shoulder and smiled warmly.
Wait here one moment. Here's how you exorcise a spirit.
A few minutes later, the priest returned, cradling something gently in his hands. It looked like a curved stone, and it emitted light similar to a shining star. Oh, it's a, Magatama. What is that?
Before answering that, allow me to ask you something. Do you know which deity this shrine worships?
I don't, I'm sorry. But my mother always said it had something to do with love and doing well in business.
In a sense, yes. This shrine worships the spirit
Okuninushi? 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 Okay. Okuninushi? You probably don't pronounce all of the letters because sometimes U's aren't and whatever, but whatever. Good enough. But god damn it, why you gotta throw names I can't pronounce? My brain literally blue screened a couple times trying to figure that one out. I don't know why, but it's like every once in a while, there's just certain where there's like lots of U's and I's together, like, oh, my mouth and my brain just don't wanna. There's just like, feels like I'm stuttering. Like, Okunanushi. Okay.
A deity skilled at connecting people with one another.
Do you think... I don't know the name of our mystery character that's the god that shoves us and does all that. I just know kind of sort of what he looks like, but I don't know his name. So I wonder if that's if that's him. You know what I mean? That means
this Magatama is an ancient, storied artifact from our shrine.
You're giving me an ancient artifact? Bro.
It might attract negative forces due to its power, but if you need it, I suggest you take it with you.
Really? Is that okay? It's like, yeah, we sell them at the gift shop. I hesitantly blinked at the Magatama before graciously accepting it. Thanks, Ayakashi Koigi Kyoku, for introducing us to Magatamas. Because that's how I knew what one was, because I'm pretty sure that's the first game. And that was one of the worst translations ever. It would have been a really cute game, but god damn, that translation was a mess! Does anyone remember that one? It was a good game. I think it would have been a really good game. I think it would have been a lot better if the translation wasn't so fucking bad. But that was one of those, you're like, what is happening? I don't even know what's being said half the time, but the characters were cute, and I'm pretty sure that's where Magatamas were first introduced to me, anyway. I was going to say us, but I'm just lumping you in with me here.
Guiding the lost is a priest's duty, so I'd like you to take it. I know it will bring you good fortune.
But you also said it might attract evil spirits and shit. It'll bring you good fortune if it doesn't kill you first. What else? Thank you so much. Then I bowed deeply to the priest while holding tightly to the Magatama. I left the shrine. Magatama, a ritual article used from ancient times borrowed from Tsukumo Shrine's priest Supposedly it stores special powers, so it could potentially attract really evil spirits. But it'll bring us good luck and evil spirits. Whatever. Okay. I told you the shrine was gonna be how we end up being able to see Sena again or whatever, but I didn't think it was gonna be a magical necklace, but sure. Whatevs. It came from the shrine, so it technically counts as sort of maybe being right. For now. On the right track. With the sacred stone in hand, I headed for Beachfront Park. If Santa still existed in this world, I couldn't think of any other place he could be. Following you. He's got a protective warm glow around you, right? I exhaled deeply as I approached the park and took a quick look around. He must be around here somewhere. I firmly gripped the Magatama, and just as I was about to call out to him, I heard the loud bark of a dog. Specy, is that you? Sayaka. Cock blocking me. I'm just kidding. There was Sayaka walking with her beloved dog, Tonodomaru. That's right, this is her and Tonodomaru's typical route. You're still in your school uniform. Does that mean you haven't gone home yet? Yeah, I had an errand to run here. Does it by any chance have something to do with Sena? Yeah. I'm sure she knew what I was doing the moment she saw me standing alone in the park, just being Listen, maybe I just want to be a little sad, all right? Sayaka spoke, a thoughtful look on her face. You told me today you're worried about Sena becoming a wraith. That's why you want to help him, right? Yeah, no matter how much he refuses, I want to do whatever I can to help. Before he becomes a wraith, I want to help him cross over. The whole wraith thing seems pretty scary, so I understand why you want to help him. But have you thought about what Sena wants? What do you mean? I mean, are you sure Sena wants to cross over? You two focus on yourselves. Sena, you focus on crossing over. Spacey, you focus on getting back to your body, got it? Well, Koyo assumed that I wanted to find my body again, and I didn't, but the game's forced me back into this fucking body. I wanted to stay a ghost with my lover. Sorry, Sayaka, but whatever. Okay. Sena, you got it? Right, I got it. When we talked about crossing over before, Sena's face clouded over. Could it be that Sena... Maybe he doesn't want to cross over. In that case, I had made a terrible mistake. If that's so, I wonder why he doesn't want to cross over, because he wants to be with us. It must be... Thanks to the time I spent with Sena, I knew the answer right away. Sena always wanted to live as an idol. Perhaps... could it be? Seeing that Sena's an urban legend now... Even now he's waiting for fans to come to the park. Sayaka looked surprised, but she didn't say anything. Seeing that I had told her everything about Sena up till now, she seemed to accept it. Maybe that wouldn't be so bad for now. I mean, there are fans coming to see him. But what if they leave? I frowned uneasily. I mean, he died recently, I feel like. You know what I mean? It's been like a year or so. So it's like, yeah, for a while. But I mean, think about it. Like, there's still people looking for Elvis, right? So like... I mean, it really depends on how big of an idol he is for people to see him. I'm not sure if he's Elvis level big. I feel like at some point it's going to be like, oh yeah, that band. Oh yeah, that was tragic. That guy died. And like eventually like he's going to get not forgotten. There's going to be people that are still like, oh yeah, I was a fan of him, whatever. But they're not going to be coming to the park to see him. And the urban legend's going to kind of like fade away. And then maybe he'll be ready to cross over. You know what I mean? But to be fair, like, for right now, he's just come to terms with the fact that he's dead. I can never be an idol, but he's... So, like, you gotta give the man time, okay? We gotta give him a little bit of time. So, what should I do? I think we should respect his wishes. But I also want to talk to him directly. But why can't we talk to him directly and respect his wishes? But I guess... talking to him directly is not respecting his wishes because he said we have to part ways. So respecting his wishes would be leaving. And not talking to him directly. Oof, that hurts, but I feel like this is where they want me to go. Oh, okay. I was like, why am I scrolling up a million miles? Because save file. Okay, so this is our first Sena save file. Let's go down here. I think we'll have enough room under Hibiki. We didn't with, Okay, so I'm assuming. No, it's talk to him directly. Oh, maybe because, like, respecting his wishes, we leave, and then that's a bad ending because us being stubborn just proves how much we love him or something. Good God, you can't win here. I have to do something to help Sena. He might view it as a nuisance, but I can't let him become an evil spirit. If the rumors of him being an urban legend ever did die down, he'd be left here all alone. It was possible Koya would still be there as well, but who could say for sure? If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. Right, thank you. I know I can count on you. Besides, you're already helping me. In truth, Sayaka had already helped by listening and giving me great advice. I really just don't like that Sena's route, like, he's not here most of it. Does kind of suck. Then Tono Damaru, who had been curled up at my feet, twitched his ears and stood up. He then peered out toward the horizon and began barking. Okay. Sorry, we're in the middle of a walk, huh? Let's head home, Spacey. It's getting pretty late. She was right. It was fairly late. I don't want to worry my mom. I'll come back here tomorrow. Yeah, let's go. The two of us began to head home, but Tono Damaru refused to follow Sayaka's lead and instead kept barking at the same spot. What is it, Tono Damaru? This is like what happened before. That's right, it was right here. Come on, Tono Damaru. Ugh, you did the same thing here before, too. She huffed as she spoke. Why is that people who are alive don't seem to notice us? Oh, well, I mean, that's just a rule, isn't it? People that have the power to speak to ghosts are one thing, but most people just can't. People don't take notice of us, but cats and dogs sometimes do. Sometimes I get the feeling babies do too, but I can't really say for sure. It's like we should tell her, like, that time Tono Damaru was doing that was because I was here talking to you. Wait, I think I understand. Don't tell me. I nodded and Sayaka merely blinked at me. When I was a living ghost and wanted Sayaka to notice me, I tried calling Tono Damaru over. The exact same thing was happening now. I stepped in front of Tono Damaru with trembling legs and nervously called out to him. Sena? Are you there? The night wind tousled my hair. As I waited for an answer, a surprised Sayaka shouted out to me. Well, can you hear anything? No, nothing. The only thing, too, like, I like that we get Sena's perspective, but I hate that we don't actually see him in his perspective. So we don't actually ever see him in his route. Like, we might get his perspective, which at least is nice, but we don't ever get to see his sprite or anything. And where the fuck are our CGs? We had one! Well, we had a couple. I think we had, like, well, I'm thinking of the group shot, but we had, like, maybe one or two, but, like, the fuck are the rest of his CGs gonna come if we never see him in his own route? Wait a minute. I wasn't even thinking about that till now. What the fuck? Anyway. I see. Maybe you just can't hear. Sayaka tried to say something else, but she was interrupted by Tono Damaru pulling the leash away from her. Hey! Sayaka began getting pulled toward the entrance of the park. Spacey, hurry up! I'll meet you at the entrance! Yeah, I'll be right there. I went to chase after Sayaka, but something caused me to turn around. There must have been something here which caused Tono Damaru to react like that. And I knew it was Sena. It was the words of the priest at the Tsukumo shrine that caused me to be so certain. A warm spirit watching over me. That must be Sena. I couldn't see him, but he was there, so... Ask if you can come back again, maybe. Yeah. No, I'll come. Just straight up tell him. Okay. Aww. Sena, I'll come back again. No matter how many times you reject me, I won't give up. Because I want you to be happy. I didn't want to say to him that I didn't want him to become a wraith. I thought that was a better way to say it. Still, holding the Magatama in my hand, I clenched it with determination. I want to see you. I want to see your face. It would make me so relieved if... A strong gust of wind swept through, carrying my whisper with it. The Magatama I was holding grew hot and started to tremble. Seriously, you always... Huh? Wait! The Magatama's gonna let us see him now? I'm okay with this. We're getting a ghost kiss. That's adorable. There he was, standing right before me. I bitched about not getting enough CGs, and here we go. You're fucking welcome. Oh. Close enough to touch, yet untouchable. She gonna look weird if someone walks into the park and sees you kissing air, but I felt no sensation as our lips pressed together. But my heat raced all the same. My heart raced all the same. I was thinking my heat raced, you know what I mean? Anyway, like the heat raced in my body. Okay, my heart raced all the same. Wrapped up in the sensation of his undeniable presence. You're always such trouble. And yet, you always make me so happy. As I opened my mouth to speak, Sana smiled wistfully at me. In the end, there was nothing I could do. I've completely fallen for you. Do we get to see him? As soon as the wind died down, Sana faded away. Damn it! It was as though he had never even been there in the first place. But we got a CG, and we got a little ghost kid. I'm okay with it. I gently touched my lips. Then, opening the hand I had clenched, I gazed down at the Magatama. It had turned a discolored black, as though it had lost its power. It was a one-time use? Well, that sucks balls! And what the fuck are we gonna do for his other 2 chapters? You had me game, and then you bitch slapped me in the face! Damn it! This route leaves me with, I have no idea what fucking end is up here. The power of the Magatama, it allowed me to meet Sana. I put the Magatama back in my bag and turned to where I'd seen him moments before. I love you too, which is why I can't leave things like this. Our confessions just missed one another. Yet I was sure my words reached him. Then, with a smile on my face, I ran towards the entrance of the park. Oh, I know, I'm sorry, buddy. You're getting too close to time. Oh, but now we're in chapter 8, and okay, I really don't know what end is up in his route, but I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. I hate the fact that we don't get to see Sana in his own route. We're gonna end this one a little early. We probably have a few minutes left, but it's okay. But anyway, I don't like that we don't get to see him very often in his route. I'm not sure about that. I don't love that, but I kind of understand the choice that they made with it, and the way the route is, how frustrating it is, but then you have the Magatama and you're like, oh, I get to see it, and then it seems like it's a one-time use thing, and you're like, what the fuck? And I don't know. They're making me tense and angsty, and I gotta give them credit for that. But I want to be I do wish there was a way to make me tense and angsty in his route without taking my boyfriend away from me so I can never see him and we never see his sprite or anything like that. You know what I mean? So that kind of sucks, but I also hope they don't do the same thing with Koyo, you know what I'm saying? At least with Koyo. Okay, so Koyo has a very similar thing to Hibiki. We could step into the mirror and see him even after we went back. Koyo can still call us and chat with us. So we're gonna have that. We can't touch him, but it'll be there's no reason he can't call me. You know what I mean? So you at least have that, but I don't know. I want to be I don't know how I feel about this route. I love it. I do. It hurts though, because you're where the fuck is Sana? Why don't I get to fucking see Sana? And how are you going to manage other CGs in 2 more chapters? You know what I mean? Because I feel okay, we had that moment, you're oh, that's great. But you can't do that for 2 more chapters. Every other CG is going to be there he is in ghost form, and he's a ghost, because well, then it's going to get repetitive, right? I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. But so far, I hate that he's not in his own route half the time, because that's frustrating. But at the same time, the route is still so angsty and whatever that it's so good, you know what I mean? But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.